I'm Anynewprovince, and I just finished up the league with Golgari Delve. We definitely powered out early Gurmag anglers, and we even got to see how good it was to resolve Blastoderms 3 turns in a row. I'm just here to remind you that you can like the video or subscribe to the channel down below. I'd seriously appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know that you're enjoying everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. As always, you can click the timestamp in the description box down below to get into the match you want to watch. You can delve away the rest of them. Thanks so much, and enjoy the league most of the time. And you could play it in like a deck without very many islands and still get Spire Golem down. But like, what are you playing and what are you doing instead? Well, we got a turn 2 Putrid Leech. We have a removal spell. We can like run out a second Putrid Leech if our opponent's going a little slow. If this is like Tron, we might actually do kind of well here. So I think I'm gonna keep this Putrid Leech. Deadweight something, eventually Gurm Daddy. Yeah, I'm alright with this. Let's see what we run into. Oh man, white. Okay, so is this like turn 1 Thraben Inspector? Oh no, yeah, great. Let's race mono white control, huh, gang? Let's see what we do about that. So I don't know why we would save Evolving Wilds over Jungle Hollow or anything here. I think it's kind of trivial which one we decide to use, but yeah, I'm thinking it's heroic. I'm under the impression it's heroic. I'm gonna run this out. We'll sack it for whatever reason. Maybe we won't find time to run it out later, and the extra card in the bin for Gurmag Angler could matter. So yeah, I love Putrid Leech too. It's a really powerful card. I think the only issue is like when Peregrine Drake was a thing, everybody kind of pivoted into these decks with really good spot removal or instant speed spot removal, and it kind of never went away. I don't know, that it was probably always a decent strategy, but I know that was something you had to have in your deck back then, and people maybe found out it was just better, or maybe it was always a thing. But anyway, so instant speed removal is really good against it. You just pay 2 life and they kill your Putrid Leech, and you're just like down 2 life and a creature for their Disfigure or whatever. But otherwise, yeah, like attacking with a 4/4 seems great. It's gonna look kind of bad here, I think. Considering, well, they're looking for a land, so maybe it won't look that bad. We'll probably want to try to find some way to kill this. I don't. It might be a bit greedy to not. No, I shouldn't Chainer's Edict, because chances are they're going to boggle it up to get past our Putrid Leech next turn. Which means, so we're going to play out Putrid Leech. They did find their land. It's kind of odd that they would attack first. I don't know what they were expecting. There's Trailblazer. They wanted to see what we were. They wanted to sack a land. Wanted us to sack a land. This is kind of really bad. So all we can do is edict away their cat, which is definitely bad news. We're not in any shape to flash it back anytime soon. Like, I guess we could deadweight this. Like, play a tap land, deadweight this. Next turn, they'll flash it back and it'll, like, eat a Chainer's Edict. That seems pretty bad. But I don't feel like racing is a good idea here either. Yuck. Hey, thanks for the follow, Will. I appreciate it. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We're just like really thinking about this, how to play this turn. I think maybe we want to try to deadweight and Chainer's Edict in the same turn. So I'm going to run out Jungle Hollow, and let's just hope they play into our Chainer's Edict plus deadweight next turn. That maybe should have been Evolving Wilds, but just for Gurm Daddy later. Well, we want to use up all 3 of our mana next turn, so I don't know how relevant that'll be. If we would have Evolving Wilds there, used all 3 of our mana next turn, following turn we'd have 2 cards in the bin, 3 lands untapped. Jungle Hollow would come down, so we still wouldn't be able to. Oh no, I guess we would be able to, considering the spells are going to fire off. So that could have been bad. Maybe I should have Evolving Wilds there. We'll see. Opponent's really taking their time. So yeah. And now I won't have the opportunity to run an Evolving Wilds anytime soon. I can just sack it on the turn I play Gurmag Angler. That'll work. That'll do it. Oh, if only I was on mono black land destruction. That was so much fun. I don't know how I'm going to top that experience. I should just play Trollsy decks all the time. What for the people that were here for mono black land destruction? Like, was that a ton of fun? Like, should we just play meme decks all the time? We ain't. Yeah, are we just not going to top that? That's I totally believe that. So if they play another creature here, our plan is dead. I just want them to boggle up something, but not to the point where we can't kill it with a dead weight. I went 3-2. I think we had, oh god, no. Dang it. Yep. Yeah, we're pretty much dead now. That was like the best. That was the best thing. Right there. Yeah. So I think our play was still correct. I think we were still supposed to. Frig. What are the chances they have another creature? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to run out Putrid Leech, because at the very least it might be able to block something next turn, and it could tie up their mana. And next turn we'll try to go Deadweight, Chainer's Edict. We do Discord builds memes, right? That's true, yeah, just brew more memes. The cool thing about Mono Black Land Destruction is that it was still really good. Oh, it was. That first game was nuts, man. Burn just like ripping, no spoilers, I guess, because YouTube's gonna see this before net benefits unless they check out the full replay on Twitch. So I'm gonna save it. So for all you people in YouTube land out there, be looking out tomorrow night for that MBLD league. It was a blast. It seriously was. We can't even F6 here because we have to like play our land. I don't. Opponent, come on, come sit down with us, play a game of Magic. This is like, if this is the paper equivalent, like they keep getting up, getting snacks. They're like, oh, they disconnected. Yeah, they're like over again, buying some packs. All right, guys. Well, we should like play a story game. Like, what's the most tilting? Like, I've got one in my back pocket. Like, what's the most tilting deck you've ever played, and like, how bad was the reaction to it? What was the most feels bad deck you played? Or did you feel bad playing it against people? We're gonna see if our opponent comes back. I've got one tucked in my back pocket. I'll rip it out in a minute if you guys don't have any feels bad deck stories. But I imagine, like, I know my viewers, I know you guys out there, you play a variety of formats, so you've probably had some pretty insane experiences. All right, I'll start with mine. So I was playing Green-Red Ramp in Shadows over Innistrad Standard, and I played against like a young guy. You know, he was probably like 9 or 10, and they were on mono-white aggro, like mono-white humans, I think is what they called it, and I kept blowing up their lands with my World Breakers and my Ulamogs, and I was just like crushing the soul of this like 9 or 10-year-old kid who I should probably be fostering a love of Magic the Gathering in, and I felt super bad. But it was cool because we played again after our sanctioned matches, and they wiped the floor with me, so it was fine. Hughes and Water went 3-0 with Black-Red Tortex this past weekend in paper, and I got some people mighty upset when I started looping Crypt Rats. Ooh, it takes a master to overcome the tilt from that loop, man. That loop will do you in. That is one of my scoop loops. That's a scoop loop for me. Because like some decks, it's kind of like Lantern Control. Like unless you have a life total advantage, like sometimes you just can't beat that. And some Tortex, I guess you're on black-red, so you don't have Pulse Marasa or anything, but yeah, that's a killer, especially in like a paper tournament. I don't necessarily know where you played, but maybe in a 3-match tournament, you might have been in in a more casual setting, and people will play their like janky. They might be playing like a janky creature deck. Well, that's not a janky creature deck if you killed elves from 160 life. All right. So we gotta fetch a swamp with this. I like playing that one and looping Mog War Marshal with Carrion Feeder Sacks. That's pretty rad. Oh man, yeah, that sounds sweet. Get an Impact Tremors in there for the jank, for the love of the jank. So I feel really bad for our opponent. Like they're just trying to jam this like really fast, fun, grindy or league grinding deck that people were saying you should play if you want to grind ticks as fast as possible. And they're just like, their internet connection must be so bad. They're gonna pump their Lagana Band Trailblazer and give it protection from our Putrid Leech next turn, most likely. Pretty big. It's pretty big. We're gonna block whatever. Like if we want to trade with one of their creatures, so then maybe we don't have to blow all of our removal on them. And that way we can hopefully successfully deadweight something next turn before we edict away. Deadweight 2 things before we edict away their Trailblazer, and if we can do that, we might be in an okay position. I think that'll put us in a spot where we could be okay, but they're not going to attack. They play another Cartouche, like, so help me God. I'm just gonna cry myself to sleep, because it's kind of our only out against this draw. Like we have to get this off the battlefield. The only frig sakes. Yuck. All right, well, we don't have very much more removal in our deck. I guess we'll have to attack with Putrid Leech. And they're going to have to block. Yeah, okay. So Gurmag Angler blocks this pretty okay. Unfortunately, we can't cast it. Maybe even that was the play, but they're just going to pump it out of range soon. Yeah. So I think it's either we attack here or we're not going to kill the Sacred Cat until we can kill everything. So I might like deadweight in a Crow and Skyguard, deadweight this boy, and play a Putrid Leech. And we can't even double block this, actually, so that doesn't make any sense either. Yeah. Yuck. Okay, so we'll deadweight this now, because we have no way of blocking that successfully. I'll deadweight their warrior. We're doing literally everything we can to oh, good. Well, I think it still dies unless they have another mutagenic growth in hand. It'll die next turn. It won't allow us to get in for an attack today, but we might be able to get in next turn. So we're drawn kind of dead here. The only reason I'm not playing this is because they can recur it, or I'm not killing this is because they can recur it. And one of our only hopes in the whole wide universe is to be able to edict away like their Trailblazer or whatever. So let's Putrid Leech. It is first strike too. Man, this card is nuts. This is like ruining our day to the maximum right now. There goes a Crone Skyguard. Sure glad I didn't attack. 2 cards in hand. They're gonna journey. Sure. You can't sack it or anything. Yeah, alright. Alright. The less creatures, the better. We just have to stabilize, gang. We just have to find a way. So I don't know if we let them get in for 4 here. I think we kind of have to, because if we just chomp, then what are we doing next turn? Playing a Gurmag Angler to block it? We might get them to block with this somehow. So I'm going to let it get in. And we're going to attack next turn. And then Gurmag Angler. Unless we're like dead somehow. I don't know, 1 card in hand, 1 white mana, what that could possibly mean, but I'm trying here. I'm trying to do this deck justice. The player that 5-0 with it deserves it. Is Daisho deserves it. Okay, there's Grizzly Salvage. So if we can Grizzly Salvage into a Deadweight, I think we should attack first because we are attacking. So let's attack. We'll only get in for 2. I just really hope they block with this Sacred Cat. Yeah, there's no way in the whole universe. Okay, so I think we do Grizzly Salvage. So let's Grizzly Salvage. We might find a Deadweight. If we do, we're the luckiest boys. We're the luckiest boys in the whole world. And they could still kind of ruin that plan. Blastoderm doesn't do anything. I'm gonna have... What? Oh no, you can't take it. It has to be commune with the gods? Well, never mind. Too bad. So, I think we take Hooting Mandrills. We'll have 4 more cards in the bin. We'll have something just like somewhat big. Yeah, that sucked. Can't hit that. So we'll Gurmangler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, black. And they have another journey. That's kind of like game over, but yeah, brutal. Brutal that was Grizzly Salvage and not commune with the gods, because we might have had a chance if it wasn't. And Deadweight was like on top somewhere, but I'm glad we binned the other cards that we did. But now our out is like another Deadweight, I guess. So that's wonderful in all the ways that it can be. So we'll pass the turn. We're not going to let them get any extra value out of this Sacred Cat. If they want to chip in for damage by suiting this up and attacking with both or something, then they're going to have to... What? What kind of chicken, Kirk? All right, let's see. Let's see. Ethereal Armor, sure. Yep. Oh, God. So we have to chump this? That's just wonderful, isn't it? I guess we have another Chainer's Edict in our deck we could draw, too. Oh, we can't block it! I hate this. Okay, so we'll go to blocks. Thank you, Kirk. Thank you very much. Day old fridge chicken that someone else bought. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing some of that free chicken money. Oh, that was Lost Nat Logic. Lost Nation JC. Thank you, son. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Ugh. The only card that gives it +4/+4, huh? That's nice. I guess there's no reason not to Satyr Wayfinder here. At least it's a chump blocker, so let's Satyr Wayfinder. And we'll look at the top 4. Maybe we'll find our land drop at least, getting us around to being able to Chainer's Edict twice. We gotta try to do it in the same turn because of stupid Sacred Cat. We're certainly not gaining any life here. Thank you very much for the bits, Lost Nation JC. That means a lot, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. We're out here jamming the jank. Doing that jank jam. It's kind of like Jock Jam, but it isn't played in as many locker rooms around the world. What are we losing here? Werebear, Satyr Wayfinders, Hooting Mandrills. Not too big of a deal. We're going to be chumping with Satyr Wayfinder. They probably want to attack with both creatures, so I'm going to get in with Putrid Leech. If they find any way to gain life here, we're just kind of like... Jank Magic has a special place in my heart. Doesn't it have a special place in just all of our hearts? Watch our opponent have the tech here. Watch them have like Mana Tithe. Can you delve again if they Mana Tithe you? This isn't even good. Like I just played a big old 4. Oh no. Oh, is that protection green? That's protection from green and we're dead now. Their top decks are pretty hot. Their top decks were pretty hot. So exactly Ethereal Armor. We attacked with the dude. Maybe that was a little weak, but if we didn't, they wouldn't have attacked with the Sacred Cat. So anyway. Cartouche of Ambition picks off 1/1's pretty good. Chainer's Edict, Doomblade seem pretty good. Maybe Duress is okay. I will lose my mind. I don't know if we want Nihil Spell Bombs. No, actually, we got Blastoderms. We're trying to blast those derms. Okay, so there's a lot of cards here that seem like they could be good. Cartouche of Ambition actually seems pretty fine. Surprisingly, for like Sacred Cats and Acro and Skyguards, but I feel like they'll often get out of range of that, and I feel the same way about Deadweight. I don't like, even though, so maybe I'll take out a couple of Deadweights for Cartouche of Ambitions because they do about the same thing, and we can still dig with them with Commune with the Gods. Duresses are great because they can grab Ethereal Armors. I didn't see any Deathblade Elites, so I think this is kind of the heavier enchantment version. Can't go down any of our threats. Our ramp is probably good. We could probably go down a couple of Putrid Leeches, but we don't have any evasion. Like, we can't race them. We're not more evasive than they are. Putrid Leech is really good to get down early if we can stabilize and control the board. So maybe we go down a couple of Hooting Mandrills because they don't do anything against our board. We'll bring in our other removal spells. Oh, it finally is working. You mean Green Black Delve? Yeah, it's working. Absolutely. Just let me update this record for you real quick. There are links. So we'll add a couple of Hooting Mandrills because by the time we're stabilizing the board, like 1/5/5 should get us there. Hooting Mandrills can't kill a Lagana Band Trailblazer. And I'm contemplating. Oh, okay. I thought you meant Green Black Delve. We're still working on that, but I'm glad to see you here again tonight. You did help us pull it out the last couple of times. So I don't even know about trimming Deadweights. Go all Hootie and the Mandrills on them. This is tough. Like, I feel like a lot of these cards could be good against this deck. This is good against Sacred Cats, but really we don't want to sack it for just a Sacred Cat. We won't find the opportunity to leave mana up for it. Duresses might be okay, but like, what do we trim to get Duresses in there? Maybe even just Deadweights? But then we have like all these Commune with the Gods that don't do anything. Or they do a lot less. Trying to meld Chittering Host? That sounds deadly. So generally a little indecisive about the sideboard here. I might go down one more Mandrills and bring a Deadweight back in. And we'll try it like that. It could be, I'm playing against Mono White Heroic. For those of you just arriving, we're playing against Mono White Heroic and cut creatures. Ah, frig. Dang you 7-second delay and 1 landers. Maybe we'll never find out. I guess we can like turn 3 Blastoderm for what that's worth. We have a removal spell. We have a potential 4/4. So, yeah. I guess I'll try that. Oh yeah, I should have cut some of my big boys and probably our ramp. I think that's correct. I was staring at it, so we'll try that if we get another game here, and I will keep that in mind. It was tough where we like just needed another couple of removal spells and we would have been okay. Okay, so we will Werebear. Gonna fix our green mana for a Blastoderm. Oh, Proteus. I value your advice so highly too. I'm sorry I couldn't act upon it. And for also potentially butchering your username often. All right, what do you got? Oh yeah, 100% your fault. You weren't here on time to save me from the Mono White Heroic menace and the non-matching basics that I was positive I fixed, but I guess not. All right, let's see if we have a reason to... I feel conflicted about this deck. All right, here we go. Chainer's Edict into Deadweight. We're gonna draw a Deadweight. Oh, another Chainer's Edict. It's not like the worst thing in the whole universe, but it does mean we're going to be Chainer's Edicting here and doing nothing else. And if they have Cartouche of Ambition in hand, then there's going to be a modicum of savagery happening. So let's just edict away this bodyguard because I don't think our other removal is getting any better with it on the battlefield. And we'll play an Evolving Wilds and pass. There's some dark future where we chump block this Seeker of the Way with our Werebear, but I'd like to not do that if we can avoid it. And we didn't get to Blastoderm. Maybe just casting a Blastoderm is good enough. If they Cartouche of Ambition, that's what we're going to do instead. Or Cartouche of Solidarity. Or just like play another Benevolent Derp or something. 12 Edicts, 4 Chainer, 4 Diabolic, 4 Innocent Blood. Okay, well I'm okay trading with like trading an Edict with either of these creatures. Just don't have Cartouche of Solidarity, please. Okay, Hyena number is fine. So we're gonna get a good creature either way here. Yeah, we do get wrecked by Cat or Cartouche. You are correct. We also get wrecked by never having 7 mana to recast these Chainer's Edicts. Edicts aren't even that good versus Heroic. Yeah. There's a ton of Edict fodder. But we're just not packing very much hate for it. Like, Deadweight is our other option, I guess, and we just don't have anything to be deadweighting even now. All right, so we'll get a 4 Blastoderms in our deck. We already have double black mana, so let's get a Forest. We do have the right to bear arms. I really wonder if Diabolic isn't better for instant speed. Well, that's the thing, right? I think it all depends on where you want to get your 2-for-1s, right? I think we have to Edict here. We're not going to get anything better with it. Edict and just like do nothing else, which is not ideal. But we're on our way to Threshold. You know, it goes a long way to Threshold, getting a Werebear in the bin. But Diabolic Edict, yeah, I think, you know, they're down to 1 creature, which is what we're hoping for with Chainer's Edict anyway. They go to cast, excuse me, like a Hyena Umbra or something, and we just, like, Diabolic Edict. You still get your 2-for-1. You didn't have to get up to 7 mana for it. Yeah. I mean, like, Blastoderm can block Seeker of the Way real good. But if Seeker of the Way is, they're going to leave this on the battlefield, so getting Blastoderm down, actually, yeah, I just rather leave them with less relevant attackers. I run 4 in my 78 card Teachings deck and only 1 or 2 Chainers, simply because Teachings can get Diabolic. Yeah, I like in a completely, that's actually a very good example. Like, because you're not being sarcastic. Like, you have 75 cards in your deck, and you found a place for 2 more Diabolic Edicts. Sick, man. You have room for 2 more Diabolic Edicts where you wouldn't have had anything else. So, where you wouldn't have had Chainer's Edicts. So I think you guys, Proteus had it, right? So if we maybe shaved creatures, like we wouldn't have this Blastoderm in hand, we could have shaved this Cartouche. We might have had a better chance, but I still don't think... we would have had a better chance of drawing a bunch of Cartouches. Like, we were thinking about trimming Werebears too. We're just 1 hundo dead now, though. Friggin' pro black. Our opponent saw us coming a million miles away. We're 1 land off of flashing back Chainer's Edict and eating a completely irrelevant creature. I don't know if we even cast Blastoderm here. I guess having a blocker that isn't a 1/1 is fine, because we don't necessarily want to be trading with this this vigilant warrior boy. But if we must, I have Chainers in an EDH as an EDH general. Oh, Chainer, like the guy. But I still think Diabolic is way more Swiss Army knife kind of useful. That was just the right amount of hyphens. Anyways, do we just lose this game? Yeah, I think we do. I think we're just... We go green with Blaster Man. Oh, sick reach on ya, Blastoderm there. Why couldn't you be taller? I wish you were a little bit taller. But you incidentally are a baller. Like, you got all those balls on you, but... yeah, we're just hyper dead here. Swag. Okay, well, let's just see what's going on. We'll let our opponent do their thing. They unfortunately had to disconnect earlier. If anything even close to that happens again, I will 100% scoop this game to them. But in the meantime, let's let them get us. Let's let them get us real good. How big can this Akroan Skyguard get? With the Blaster Man. With the blaster on him. He's a baller, but if only he were just a bit taller. And here comes 5. Yeah, maybe Penumbra Spider is the way to go. I mean, like, turn 3 Penumbra Spider is probably okay against some decks. Werebear, I think Werebear is the best card in this deck. Just bar none. Yep, Mega Dead. All right, good games, well played, Mono White Heroic. Okay, so we would love to play first. Commune with Gods actually makes me want to keep this hand. Gurm Daddies. Okay, well, we're going with the early Gurm Daddy plan, so we'll keep. Yeah, so when it's the whole emo thing is funny that it might come up, so they can't Pithing Needle it that easily. The whole emo thing, it's funny that that came up because in high school it was like, no, I will not listen to Hawthorne Heights, but I did listen to a lot of like emo music or whatever, and I didn't really wear it on my sleeve until university, where it was suddenly incredibly popular to be emo. This does look kind of sweet, and we're gonna get to try to commune with the gods, I guess, unabated. I don't know if our opponent will be disrupting us with any kind of dazes or stuff. I like this island a lot. That's a rad old island. All right, we find another deadweight, so I'm happy with my turn 1 swamp plan. Let's commune with the gods. Possibility of it being good, much lower. Okay, so we'll get a Hooting Mandrills. A lot of cards in our bin, just saw a lot of lands, but we will be able to Gurm Daddy next turn. So let's hope this deck can't beat turn 3 Gurmag Angler. Well, like, and I didn't, it's funny, like, I didn't necessarily, I dressed kind of like a douche. I didn't really dress emo or anything. I was more all about being a douche, but but I like started playing and like listening to that music a lot. This deck might be like the card Vicious Offering from Dominaria, since you have throwaway creatures and it helps fill the bin. That's totally true. Okay, so more of an industrial scene guy, and I hung out with people that were into that kind of music. Opponent leaving up the hard counter for our Delver. So I have a couple questions. So or a couple things I want to say. I might, oh God, I just have to make them have hard counter here. So we're gonna just use all of our resources, I guess. Because what do they play? An island, play 1-drop next turn, and we do nothing? Or do we just Hooting Mandrills because we only have to delve 4 cards as opposed to our entire graveyard, and it's a 4/4. Yeah, okay, so I've convinced myself. I'm gonna Hooting Mandrills. So anyway, so I had a friend who listened to industrial music, and it was actually really cool. Like, I didn't get it at first, and then I eventually got to the point where I like understood it, and I started hearing sounds out in the world that like sounded really interesting, and I would like to send messages to him about all these really cool things that I heard out in the world. And about Vicious Offering. So if you guys are on, what do you guys think about Vicious Offering? So I thought it was really cool because it's a sacrifice effect as a kicker, but that was a little deceiving because oh my God, really? Well, maybe they wouldn't have tapped out if we hadn't. So probably the right play there. So anyway, so do you get like Bone Splinters is different in a lot of ways. It's not instant speed for one. Okay, well, they're less likely to be on counter spells later in the game, I guess. So it's not exactly the same card, but it does kind of a similar thing. Like, where do you guys think the pros and cons are there? If you're not playing blue and the opponent is, just slam your stuff and force them to have an answer every time. There's no getting around it anyway. I guess you're right. It's tough where we're playing a resource game though, right? Like, even now, we kind of want to Chainer's Edict away their Augur Boss so that we have enough stuff in our graveyard to play a Hooting Mandrills next turn. Like, I think that's what we have to do. So it's just much better, hey? Remember the glory? Oh, yes. Yes, when I played so badly and they played an Aqueduct and I got to blow it up. It was beautiful. Vicious Offering kills so much that it is relevant in the format, even without the kicker. -2/-2 kills a lot of stuff in Pauper. The option to kill bigger stuff is great. Can't win, we don't have land destruction, proceed to scoop phase. Yeah, I kind of, like, I agree with you guys. Like, maybe the instant speed removal is pure gas. Yeah, okay. I'm on it now. I'm on it. You guys have done it. I am convinced. So we have to hit untapped land here, or we're just going to eat our entire graveyard and our entire chance for success by casting this Hooting Mandrills into Doomblade. Well, I'm sure glad you tapped out a double blue here, opponent. They feel safe. They don't realize the Germ Daddy's coming. The Germ Daddy's coming. Digging for some more in or out. They found a Chainer's Edict. Frig. Spread Swarm and Scatter the Seeds for days. Was Offering ever printed at common? I think this is the first time. Like the kicker -5/-5. Man, this is exemplifying what I meant. So like this deck is much worse than Affinity in my opinion, because like we've played 4/4s and 5/5s every turn. But yeah, it's brand new. It's a brand new card. And it does shore up Doomblade's greatest weakness. It's Deep Sea Fangly Fish. Yep. Well, I'm glad they didn't Doomblade. Like, we have outs now. They don't just have a handful of counterspells, I guess. Want to make an Aristocrats deck? I don't know, putting in except for Doom Traveler. Well, you know what? I don't know that Martyr of Sands, or not Martyr of Sands, what is it, Martyr of Dusk? I don't know that Martyr of Dusk ever really got a fair chance. Man, look at all these beautiful cards I can't cast. So maybe like we're sacking the 2/1 vamp guy that makes a lifelinker, right? But yeah, no, Doom Traveler is probably better. We're almost there. This kills Muldrifter, so that's the only reason I'm holding off. I've been seeing these decks play Muldrifter lately, and like I've been running into Muldrifter Flicker decks a lot more often. You could be right though. That's probably the super unfortunate place that we are right now. But yeah. What do you mean Stuffy Doll? That's friggin' D'Angelo. Oh, the beats, they keep coming. Wait the Augur to slow it down. Yeah, I could do that too. And if they counter it, all the better, right? I wouldn't mind a Grizzly Salvage here. Just something to do at instant speed on land would be fine. Unmake seems like a useful addition versus those Flicker Pulse types decks. Yeah. All right, well, considering we're not doing anything else, and this will allow us to Gurmag Angler a little bit early, I'm going with Admiral No Beard here. They might just counter it, which is like best case Ontario for us. No, of course not. Okay. Okay, yeah, and where are you guys on Unmake? So what's the deal? What's the deal with Unmake? Because I've seen it around since I began playing the format. I used it in like a black-white extort deck. Best case Ontario. Okay, let's see if they want to counter this Werebear. Fills the bin, don't care. They don't want to counter Werebear. Hold on. So that's 1, 0, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So we're still too far away from Gurmag Angler or Hooting Mandrills. So let's see if they want to get their Augur gone. Unmake is just super slow. I agree that Ontario is a pretty good case. Yeah, so I guess we're setting the floor pretty low here in our deadweight getting countered. Okay, go ahead. Worst case Ontario. Yeah, okay. I love it when Black-White Pestilence cleans up a lot of things. So that's the argument, right? Like, is it too slow, or is it versatile enough that you should just like rock it, you know? That's the thing, because it does kill everything. Like but it's that kind of brings to the proof in the pudding too, though. Is if you're already running all those Journey to Nowheres, I guess you can run it over to Journey to Nowhere so you can like get your patrician scorns and stuff in there. And our opponent resolves the first delve threat. So it does allow you to get those Journey to Nowheres out of there so that you can like run your mass enchantment hate and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. We're gonna get a Gurmag Angler countered here, team. That's what we're about to do. So I guess I'll just go get more black mana. We're going for the F6 value here. So I guess you could run it over more journeys in order to be a little bit more proactive that way, but like, is that worth it? Oh yeah, here comes the soul manipulation. Yeah. Opponent's got the manips. They also have a Doomblade in hand. Like, this isn't. I think they have Flashback Chainer's Edict as well. So I think that Pestilence doesn't need a card like Unmake. Between Edicts and Pestilence, you should clear everything. It also handles Stormbound Geist and Young Wolf, slices through Riverboa regen, hits black creatures, and Guardian of the Guild Pact. It's pretty versatile. So are we like splitting Journey to Nowhere on makes here? Our opponent doesn't even have to flash it back. So again, like Affinity just gets to play a jillion 4/4s and like Flare Husks and protect their boys. But we're just getting that guy Chainer with the sweet gloves from Mortal Kombat he stole from Scorpion. It's just tearing us apart. What are you invoking there, though? Like, what are you afraid of? Another Gurmag Angler? I feel like getting that down would have been fine. Land. Hoots Magoots into your Doomblade? Like, Scorpion is going to be mad, and you won't like Scorpion when he's mad. This is turning into me being very dead very quickly. Did I say man nips? Oh, manips, yeah. Like in Pokemon speedruns, you have to do the manips so that you can walk past the boy into the wall and beat the Elite Four. And then Dr. Oak comes when he hears that you beat the Elite Four. Just like he says. yeah, you gotta catch the Nidoran. Then you gotta beat the Elite Four. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I think I'm with Lynx on this one, but I haven't tried out enough. I haven't tried out enough of Unmake to really like get behind either one all the way. Like I'm a big fan of just trying it, you know what I mean? Are we giving our opponent information here, or are we trying to find a way to win this game? That's what I ask you today. So we play out this Satyr Wayfinder. They kill it with a Doomblade, and they edict our boy. We give them even more information. Or they just counter it. It could eat an edict. It's going to put 4 cards into our bin, so we can still Gurm Daddy. So let's see, maybe we'll counter this so they can flashback edict to kill our angler. They can still just Doomblade and do that. Yeah, no lands. Okay. Bend. We will Gurm Daddy. And pass. Also tend to be unbiased about Unmake because it has a similar feel to Vindicate. It's pretty slow, but I really enjoy having an answer to just about everything. Post-war games, be wary of multiple spell bombs. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're coming. They know I'm delving. They might not have known about they might not have known about Blastoderm, but either way. I'm kind of with you. I'm with you on that one for sure. Hue is in water because like having the meta is very diverse, contrary to popular belief. Oh, that was pretty good. We're dead now. right? So we take 5. Yeah, we're dead now. Okay. So. Deadweight kills literally nothing in this deck. Duresses come in, probably Duresses and Nihil spell bombs. To take away their stuff that can deal with our stuff. We gotta make 2 more cuts. I think we might have to cut our ramp because hitting Putrid Leeches on time is probably more important than hitting like Hooting Mandrills on time. But in that case, maybe we just take out Hooting Mandrills. It dies to Doomblade. Or is our only chance to run them over with Chainer's Edict? I really got to work on finishing my train of thought. I feel like I was talking about a ton of things back there and I kept getting sidetracked. Oh yeah, I definitely did. Because I'm just the mismatchy boy. That's who I am deep down. That's what I believe in. So I'm gonna finish a couple points while I have a second. First of all, Affinity just gets to play 4/4s all the time. It's probably better than this. Second of all, no, I covered that. And yes, having an answer to everything is something I can get behind because the meta is super diverse. Contrary to, I finished those thoughts. I'm just getting nervous. Anyway, what are we taking out for these spell bombs? Maybe Chainer's Edicts. I love the misclick. Yeah, oh my goodness. The frickin' inside out on the Augur boss. Like, ugh. And I'm always here talking about how like making a mistake can punish you so hard, like. So I don't think I'm gonna go down the edicts. Doomblade doesn't do anything. Like I could even go up an edict because we're gonna be taking a little while playing against them. But tapping 7 mana against a counterspell deck doesn't feel super good. Maybe I'll just take out a Mandrills. It's a ton of stuff gets it. Yeah, it's a good one. It is definitely a good one. Werebear into Blastoderm seems pretty good. Maybe I'll just get rid of... They are running Muldrifters, so maybe I'll take out a Duress. And we'll go like that. Maybe I'll even take out a Vessel for a Deadweight. And a Mandrills for a Deadweight. And we'll try to stay low to the ground. We'll remove their small blockers. We'll take their counterspells out of their hand. And that's how we're going to do it. Turn 1, Duress, nothing else. And we can cycle this and look for a land. We can early Angler if we do find any other land. No, we have to find a green source. Okay, so this is a mulligan if we don't find a green source. 2, 4. Essentially. Maybe 5. Could be questionable. Could be super questionable, especially where our ways to find green are green, so I'm gonna mulligan. Oh god. This is so much worse. This is way, way worse. Way worse. Way worse. Okay. Hope we hit a land. Hope we play the Satyr Wayfinder someday. I feel like going to 5 against a control deck probably isn't good. And there's some universe where we get an early Angler here. That might be our only way to do this. Early Angler, Fade an Edict. What do you guys think? I'll snap it off. I'll snap it off. I'll do it. Just try to stop me. Marine 4 fish is too many. Scryland at the top and be golden. Gotcha. Keeping. Werebear, bottom. We got it. I believe that marine fish, they are, I believe they are marine. There is water in the photo. So your autocorrect didn't get you too bad, but I also believe 4 fish might be too many. I don't know, man. I'm shocked that this deck 5-0'd. My really bad decks beat it. Like, a good percentage of the time. There's gotta be something there. Otherwise they just wouldn't, there wouldn't have been a 5-0. But I'm not deeply in the belief Keeping one landers probably isn't... Oh, we did it. Okay, let's Satyr Wayfinder into another land. Gurmag Angler. They can't counter it, so they have to have... Edict. Actually, Edict isn't even super good for them. So... Your turn. Oh, we can't Angler. Never mind. I guess unless they kill this. Like, disfigure it, and then... Alright, okay. Okay, we're live here. Anything will win, given the right circumstances. Sea Lanterns win. I mean, Sea Lanterns win at a Pro Tour? Right? I don't even know. Like, what do we look at their hand? With the duress? I guess it costs the same amount either way. It's essentially gonna fuel Gurmag Angler, so maybe we can get rid of their Edict. Oh baby. Alright. Alright, there we... Okay. Guys, hold on. For one more chance. And we hold on for one more day. Alright. Okay, we might be okay. They can't cast any of their spells. This could be one way that we do this. I'm going to get rid of Soul Manipulation over Counterspell because it does counter the majority of our deck. Okay, they're just going to straight up Alchemy. Sure. It counters the majority of our deck, and I feel like them getting something back with Soul Manipulation is just too good for us to beat. If they counterspell one of our spells, then whatever. They can cast all their stuff now. I'm assuming they found a land, considering how that went down. So let's go to attacks. Get in. They're going to try to delve an Angler next turn, right? We don't have an answer to it. So we're probably going to Nihil Spellbomb here. They even have an Edict in their bin. Let's have a look at their hand. They have a Forbidden Alchemy in there too. And we can still Grizzly Salvage looking for something. Incoming Recoil. Ugh. Okay, so same plan. I think I'm going to take Soul Manipulation here. I guess I could take Forbidden Alchemy and then they would be like super far off of Angler, and that's kind of all they're doing here. So maybe I just Forbidden Alchemy to get rid of Forbidden Alchemy here. Top 4 cards of your library. Actually, yeah, because like this is a 2-for-1 as well. If we just let this go, they're gonna have 2 counter spells, but we're gonna have a Grim Daddy on board. So I think I'm actually gonna take Forbidden Alchemy here. Yeah. It's a 2-for-1 that we can take care of now. Could even Grizzly Salvage looking for a Hooting Mandrills, but no, then they get to resolve their Grimag. So I am going to Nihil Spellbomb you. We'll draw. That's true. That's true that they're not. I guess we get to cast another Gurmag Angler next turn. All they're going to be doing is leaving up counter magic, but we should be able to. And we can even try to get them to counter this Grizzly Salvage on their end step. Maybe draw into another big fish. No Edict. No Edict one time. Okay, they found a land. So, Dismal Backwater. No, they had a Dismal Backwater. Okay. They only have 1 counterspell as far as we know. Alright, so we'll Grizzly Salvage on their end step, and then we'll try to resolve 2 Gurmag Anglers next turn. Because we know they have the answers here. Given they probably won't counterspell this Grizzly Salvage, but they won't have the opportunity to counter 2 things next turn unless they have another untapped land in hand. I guess we can't really resolve 2 Gurmag Anglers in the same turn anyway. But yeah, just having them leave up their mana for no reason here is probably good enough. Dinrovitron? If it places well, yeah. So what do we run Gurmag Angler into here? What's up, Drinkard? How you doing? Yeah, actually, I'm gonna try to Grizzly Salvage on their end step. I think it's good enough to make them waste their mana here. If they had another Alchemy, I'm gonna be so gutted. Hoping for some Burning Inquiry Call to the Netherworld shenanigans. What? What deck is that? That sounds like a spicy meatball and a half. I like tap out for a Muldrifter. No. Okay, so they can leave up 2 counterspells next turn. That's pretty bad news for us. But they didn't find a removal spell for the Gurmag Angler we do have on board. Maybe they'll counter this? I don't know. No, they're not going to counter this. All right, okay, so this does give us an out to try to resolve 2 threats into their counter magic. So let's take Putrid Leech. They know we have it. I guess Blastoderm would have been pretty okay, but at least this way we get to try Gurmdaddy, Putrid Leech. What do you draw? Swamp. Okay, that's a pretty good draw. So let's go to combat, see if they want to tap any of that juicy mana over there. Burning Inquiry, Library of Lang. This just keeps getting better. Oh, man. What do you even mean, guys? That's Brainstorm. Isn't that Brainstorm? Am I getting tricked? Okay, so let's try to run out Putrid Leech. See how they counter this. Or if they even choose to do so. I believe they do. Okay, counterspell comes down. So let's try to Gurmdaddy. Six, 7, and they'll soul manipulation this, but they don't have a ton of outs here. Stream died right after I asked you about Dinrova. Yeah, so the thing about Dinrova Horror is that I'm going to want to... I want to play decks at like top 8 every week, and I haven't played Dinrovatron for a couple of reasons, really. So it's a great deck, for one. It's really hard to pilot, and I just don't think I can play it fast enough. And actually, no, never mind. So they are going to get to Gurmag. That kind of sucks. But we're also going to get to Gurmag again. So that's pretty much it, actually. It's just a very good deck. And I don't know if my skill level is all the way there. I wish it was. But I just don't believe it is, unfortunately. So I'm going to trade. We're going to play another Gurmangler. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana effectively. So not enough to play. Not enough to play our 14 mana worth of spells. So I think we just run out Gurmag Angler here and hope. Oops. Hold up. Wait a minute. Okay, we'll do this. And do all this. And pass turn. I hear it's hell to click quick on Moto. I've been practicing a long time. I've been trying it. Okay, we saw their Gurmag, we saw all these spells. So, should have been a little more proactive about clicking those away, just in case I forgot. I used to run this infinite combo deck, like when I was, like my first real... There's a way for them to kill Gurmag Angler, but they have to 2-for-1 themselves. And it's going to be a way for them to kill Hooting Mandrills in the future anyway. So let's just make them chump with this Augur. Oh, I guess that way they might know we don't have any recursion. Which probably don't want to tell them. I'll play Ristictron. Yeah, just play super fast, right? Play that super fast Ristictron. All right, chances that they top decked another counterspell. What are the odds that they top decked another counterspell? Our board is wiped now. I had to pause for a minute and I was in silence. Like 5 minutes later, I turned you back on, and the time it takes to click and look at my lower monitor, I forgot I turned you back. Oh, you turned me back on. Sorry for scaring you, Kirk. I will be less scary. I'll make an attempt at the less scariness. All right, guys, we just have to resolve another big guy. Like, they're on 1 card in hand. They got that. Oh God, dang it! We have to resolve precisely more than 1 guy. Okay, probably a bunch of guys. What is this? We sincerely don't have this. Our opponent is having the hottest top decks on the planet right now. we're gonna play the what would we like to run into a Chainer's Edict game for a minute. It doesn't matter. Whichever one of these creatures we run out, it will inevitably die. I guess this, at the very least, blocks or attacks through Augur Bolas without any extra effort, so we'll take this. And actually, we can deadweight their Gurmag Angler, and then they'll have to kill it. I'm sure it won't take a whole lot of convincing to kill our Hooting Mandrills, but at the very least... I don't think I got this, Kirk. We can slow them down. We're at 20. We've lost a lot of our non-creatures, or lost a lot of our creatures along the way. And our opponent is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Well, I guess they're pretty far away from flashing back that Chainer's Edict, but we have no direct damage. Like, we would have to run mega hot here. Mega hot. Nothing doing in our graveyard. Yep. Exile the Chainer's Edict way earlier on. They wouldn't be this close to 6 if I hadn't exiled that edict, and we're certainly no closer to it than we were. It's tough, man. It's tough. I'm trying here. I'm really trying. But yeah, I think we're about done here. Yuck. Life gain land, I guess. I just realized the new kill spell from Dominaria kills Angler. Sure does. Yep, -5, -5. Pretty good. Pretty much does the trick against everything but Crushers, I think. Was in terms of popular creatures. Doesn't kill a heck of a lot of elves, but it definitely kills everything. It kills one elf dead, for sure. And what was somebody saying they were gonna run it with, like, Perilous Mirror? Get a good 2. Holy frick, excuse me. That 8 pounds of curry for lunch really didn't help me. But people are gonna run it with Perilous Mirror and get your 2-for-1. No 2-for-1s on this board, but guys, we're going down. We are going down. And GG's. Woof. All right, guys. All right. Opponent has a scary avatar. I know I used to lose to people with this avatar all day in the past. Okay, so early Putrid Leech is good. I have reason to believe early Putrid Leech is good. Or early 1000s Ludicrous. It's so weird. Like, music is something that me and my dad bonded over for like my whole life, but it was always like jazz music or like, you know, classic rock, like things like that. But then at some point he like flipped over from like old school music, which he always liked very much, and he always liked very, very musically talented people. That was kind of his thing. Speaking of ways our Putrid Leeches die. And then eventually he got really into like Ludicrous. I don't know what happened, but but he got really, really into Ludicrous. Dark Ritual. What do you mean? Oh no. Oh. I never would have thought. I never would have thought somebody would be on the Mono Black Land Destruction deck. I was like, this is definitely Mono Black Control. I got nothing to worry about. Oh, okay, Drinkard. What do we got here? Called to the Netherworld, Raven's Climb, Burning Inquiry, Faithless Looting, Death Spark, Insolent Neonate, Cathartic Reunion, Stinkweed Imp, Golgari Brown Scale, Grave Scrap. Ooh, that is a spicy list indeed. Oh yeah, no, And they might not have had a way to deal with Putrid Leech. I guess they eventually would have found it. So that was kind of maximum punishment. Who plays that nonsense? Oh my god, I deserve this. No, I was told. I was made aware. I was absolutely informed about the mono black land destruction. And okay, let's hope they don't find any more land destruction. Or like Chainer's Edict. They have answers for creatures. Befoul? Are we getting befouled? Yeah, okay. Ripping the most pieces. Ripping all the pieces. A deck. I would have rather this was mono black zombies so that I would have been safe cracking my Evolving Wilds main phase. What was worse? What was the worst punt? Celestial flaring myself or cracking my Evolving Wilds main phase while I lovingly reminisced about stuff. I deserve to die. Good read on our opponent blowing up the forest there. Not even close. Okay. Oh god. What is this fresh hell? Yes, I celestial flared myself. It was wonderful. It's one of the funniest things that I've ever done to myself. One of the worst, stupidest, dumbest. And I was talking, it's funny because I was talking about how you like playing fast does not equate to playing well and not paying attention, while I played fast and played badly. I was really just driving the point home, you know? I was just not paying attention. I was just straight up not even paying attention. Oh yeah, well, how's that feel? Oh, SpongeBob, why? You're playing this deck better than I did. Sick Monarch Emblem, gang. We're like almost there. There was a brief period where it just didn't exist at all. And now I don't even know what I'm doing. Turns out Werebear was the play. Oh, yeah, we did it. Germ Daddy. We gotta make sure we don't delve away this Chainer's Edict. We might cast it eventually. We're going down in the blazingest of glories, gang. This is going. It's even funny to play against. We got paired against the wrong opponent. We just punted hard. All right. Just blow up our last land. Let's call it quits. They have the correct befoul art as well. I'm gonna make them do it. What universe? Like, what better universe do we live in where we didn't crack our Evolving Wilds? We would have had 2 lands for the majority of the game, and we probably would have gotten to play Magic. That's hilarious. I guess they could have kept us off our green source for a little while, and we wouldn't have gotten to play very much Magic, but we're in this. Yeah, that's right. I finished the game with a land on the battlefield. That means I won. Okay, duresses. Coming in. Duresses. Take out... Deadweight kills a lot of their threats. We'll take out Hooting Mandrills. They don't have a ton of removal, so I won't... I'm not too afraid of that. I feel like Werebear is actually the way to go here. Let's go down... like, Grizzly Salvage? Like, there might be times when we can't cast it. Actually, Hooting Mandrills is probably much better than Blastoderm, so let's take out 2 Blastoderms. Because we can cast this off 1 land. And I think that's where I'm going with this. Bring in the Leaf Crown Dryad Tech. I don't really know. I don't know where I'm going with this one. Thanks for hanging out, by the way, guys. Looks like we're on the way to the O10 dream here tonight. I appreciate it. I need all the emotional support I can get. No. Please no. Cartouche of Ambition, not even a little bit relevant. Doomblade, terrible. Chainer's Edict, bad. Not of the Bone, they'll never beat us. You'd be surprised if there's O10? Have you ever seen me play? Okay. I'm just kidding. Obviously, you've seen me play. We have lands. Is our opponent on the turn 1 LD? That's the question. We do have something that we can play if they do. So we can like even hold on to our lands until we can cast this Hooting Mandrills. I can't get over that I got punished so friggin' hard for cracking my Evolving Wilds. Okay. Kind of want to play a tap land over a Vessel of Nascency here because our untapped lands are highly valuable, and if they blow this up, whatever, they blew it up. Hopefully, yeah. Well, let's get a game off of someone anyway. Let's meme them out. Well, not really even meme them in any fashion. That's the most harm I've ever seen an Evolving Wilds do. It truly was painful. Terramorphic Expanse would never hurt you that way. What if this deck's actually good? Oh my god, the Google Home just talked to me. It said it didn't understand. It doesn't know why Terramorphic Expanse wouldn't hurt me that way. They're gonna Night's Whisper. Okay, guys, we might be in it to finna win it here. We could finna win it. Sincerely not worried about my life total. Go to blocks. Pump the boy. Get in for 4. It's gonna be Vessel Crack Vessel this turn. So play a swamp? Play Forest. I guess we're kind of flooded on green sources here. So play Vessel, Crack, Vessel, main phase style, because we just want to know what we're gonna find. So that we can F6 like. I'll take a Werebear. This goes downhill, all of our lands get blown up. We're gonna want that mana on the battlefield. All right, let's see. 3 mana, LD. LD. Sure is. We'll take 2. And play a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna Wayfinder here and put some more stuff in the bin, see if we can find more black mana. We found an Evolving Wilds. I'm gonna take it. We're gonna do this the right way this time, gang. We will cast a Gurmag Angler, all about that F6 value. Okay, get down, Gurm Daddy. Swing. Swing real good. Can Befoul hit? Befoul can't hit non-black creatures, so I think we're in good shape. Because we have protection from Chainer's Edict. Like, we're pretty close to just winning next turn. I guess you're right, he was in water. We can't O10 with it. I'm so sorry to all of the black-green Delve players out there. I was trashing you about how Affinity's better, which is just not even a valid phrase on Tuesday nights because Affinity is probably better than 90% of the decks I play. Except that time I ripped that person on Affinity. Mono white, Metalcraft. You're gonna Edict so they don't die. No, they're gonna Sign in Blood. Well, you are dead now. There's no 1-mana spell that gets mud of this in the deck if they're playing the exact 75. For once, I'm a perfectly informed Magic player, and I know exactly what my opponent's on. I don't even know if I would have kept that 7. That obviously wasn't a sketchy 7 with a tap land and a bunch of land destruction. Yep, I'm happy with the sideboard here, so I think I'm just going to run it back. Try it out like that. Let's go, guys. Let's continue the wins. Get that up there right now. Get that up there for the feel goods, for the get me in the right place. Turn 2 to rest. Is it too slow? Our opponent kept a 6. We can sandbag this forest until we can cast a Hooting Mandrills, I guess. Let's see what they've got, I guess. You've got Duress. Just you need to hit a black source. And things could go okay. I think we just gotta hit a black source and things could go okay. Maybe they don't have turn 1 land destruction. Seen the memes, wanted in. I can't argue with that strategy. Okay, I'm gonna keep. Given, I don't know. This was kind of a mull to 6 in the first place because we had a Blastoderm in hand. Like, there's very, very few universes where I'm going to be. Is this Peat Bog? No Peat Bog. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. There's another Mandrills. Yep, Jungle Hollow. Can you blow it up, opponent? I feel like you don't keep a hand where you can't blow it up. I think they kept a sketchy 1-lander with a bunch of land destruction in it. I think that's where we're headed. No, it's a Zealot. Okay. All right, we're probably in pretty good shape. But they might have drawn another Ritual or something, like Ritual land destruction spell. So we're not completely out of the woods yet, gang. Yup. Yup. Frig. Good. They only have 2 cards in hand. Do I run out this forest? I think I do. I don't feel like their turn would have been that elaborate if they had more land destruction in hand. They might have access to it now. Okay, so we're going to get down Werebear. And that's going to give us an opportunity to at least continue to have mana for the rest of the game, and it'll eventually become a 3/3. So let's Werebear. They could have Chainer's Edict, I guess, but rather this than anything else. It's mana, after all. No, they're going to Edict our Werebear. Well, it's not land destruction, so we're developing our mana base. We're getting mana in our graveyard for our Delve opponent, or our Delve creatures. We might survive. Playing while watching, gotta love 4 lands in a row draw with red aggro. Right? They had us good, man. They had our number. Oh my goodness. And they just keep going too. I don't know that they ever stopped having it. Like, that burn match was insane. It was so much fun. The whole thing was a blast. Come on, Evolving Wilds. I guess we have to crack it in our main phase. Yeah, buddy. Risky Evolving Wilds here, gang. Could be a Gurmangler next turn, but hey, thank you very much for the follow, Rudimentary Beat. I certainly love a good Rudimentary Beat when available. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Welcome to the stream. We're trying to win on the Hooting Mandrills beatdowns here. See if we can do it. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. 90% of their deck is janky land destruction spells. We're gonna do our best Affinity impression and try to cast a bunch of 4/4s. Edict, yep. Of course, we have another one. We also have a Blastoderm. Oh, they're gonna blow up our land. And they're gonna become the Monarch. Okay. Yep. I wonder if we duress. I don't think we have the luxury of duressing here. Do we play Blastoderm and then like deadweight this next turn and get in? Is that the plan? What if they have another Chainer's Edict? We could also Vessel. Thank you very much, Rudimentary Beat. Oh man, no problem. My pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure. Maybe we even want to get a look at their hand. But if we're looking at their hand, then we're probably Vesseling and not Blastoderming. In which case... Vessel sets us up much better to rally next turn. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's Vessel. Crack Vessel. Take another Deadweight. But I think I'm going to take Terramorphic Expanse. We have another land drop. Some more black mana is very welcome. And I'm going to duress them today, as opposed to tomorrow. Take the Choking Sands. All they have is Dusk Legion Zealot in hand. That's a good blocker. They're going to draw a lot of cards. But yeah, hopefully Deadweight Gurmangler gets there. I guess. Here comes Night's Whisper. That was their draw for the turn. We'll see if they cast this Zealot. No, I'm really glad you like it, Rudimentary Beat. That feels great to hear. I love the encouragement. It definitely makes this worthwhile. Playing Mono Black Land Destruction came close to being a reason why it was worthwhile, though. That was a heck of a lot of fun. This deck is sweet. Have a heads up for those videos there. Wednesday night. Oh, goodness. Why are all the decks better at casting Gurmag Anglers than we are? And here comes Zealot? Yeah. Okay. We're kind of dead here, gang. We could have them draw a ton of cards and then like not find anything. We can play Gurmag Angler, kind of neuter the Thorn. Maybe someday we'll find another Deadweight to kind of stabilize. But they're going to draw so many cards, like it's probably going to be irrelevant, and they might recognize that having that much extra mana over us is just too good. So let's see. Let's see what happens. I guess we could just start like running removal. So I think first order of business is deadweighting this. Yeah. So let's deadweight this. And Gurmangler. I'm trying to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there isn't any universe where we cast both of our spells, so let's Vessel of Nascency. We might be able to find another land drop. And we continue filling our bin. We might find another Deadweight, which you need for this this lady here. Let's take Gurmangler and cast Gurmangler. Okay, so I wouldn't exactly call this stable, but I'm happier than I was. Hey, Chaos Painter, what's up? Trying to jank out some wins with Golgari Delve. Seeing how she goes. Worst case Ontario, we got one game win so far. They could have another Edict. They don't. They're pretty well protected against our Edicts. I didn't think Shrivel would be good. Like it just hits the Dusk Legion Zealots, so I did not think it would be good. They can just start flashing back. They have 2 Edicts in their bin. It's pretty good. I mean, it's got angles. It's got angles for sure. They're going to draw. I really hate that we have to trade Gurmag with Thorn here, especially considering they might just have a way out. WAT right now, so I might not be talkative. Hey, don't worry about it. Just good to have you here. Seriously, thanks for coming. I need all the emotional support I can get tonight. This has been bumpy. The green-black Delve has been a very bumpy ride along the way so far. All right, so let's Putrid Leech and Gurmag Angler. Can't cast the other thing, so we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I guess we're just gonna have to try to attack in with big beefs. Big beefs until hopefully we turn the corner. But they've drawn a ton of extra lands. Or they've drawn a ton of extra cards. They can flashback edicts for the next 2 turns. We've got insulation against 1 edict with Putrid Leech. But I don't feel super safe about that. Looks like that's what they're electing to do. Flashing back edict, we will sack Leech. Yep. And I don't know if they go on the... They probably don't. There's no reason for them to attack here. They can just eventually find enough lands to... They don't run Disfigure. So me blocking this isn't relevant for them. What's hippity hoppity happening, my happity hip hop hippopotamus? That's me, man. That's me, the hip hop. That's me. Let's go to attacks. Try to get in with the Gurm Daddy. So we'd have to hit a land with Grizzly Salvage to Grizzly Salvage Blastoderm. I guess those are pretty good odds. We'd have to hit a land that produces green. So I'm gonna try. Wait a second, because I can just... Yeah, so we can cast one or the other. No, it's same old Mike. I've just tried to adjust it a little bit because I get a lot of noise from my computer, and I just want to have... Yeah, I don't know. I just want to, not have so much noise from my computer. So I've adjusted it to be like in front of my face instead. That way, you don't hear as much noise. You might hear more outdoor noise. It's kind of a compromise, but it does, where it's infrequent, it helps with mixing as well. There's less echo in the room. And where it's a bit closer to my face, I can turn the gain down and get that compression going a little bit, which I appreciate in a lot of ways. This has been a long match. I don't know if we're just having fast matches in general, but this has been a long match. Opponent with 6 cards in hand. Flashing back an Edict to deal with our Mandrills. And they're going to swing for 3, perceivably. Maybe they're just waiting and they're going to start blowing up our lands later. 1-5, huh? Yep. I punted in game 1 of this match. First punt of the night, and it was a bad one. It's another Edict. It's bad for us. I had an Evolving Wilds on board, and they played turn 1 Swamp. And I was like just talking, not paying attention. And I sacked my Evolving Wilds main phase, and a Dark Ritual blew up my Evolving Wilds. So definitely any new whelps about that. I don't know if we stood a better chance or anything, but okay, I see what's happening here. So I'm going to deadweight this. Go to combat, swing with Angler. So if they don't want us to be the Monarch, they've got to take 5 and let us be the Monarch, draw an extra card this turn. Or they can trade with this Angler, which they're going to. Okay. Yep. And we'll play Blastoderm, which can also block their Angler. I mean, they keep getting to draw extra cards. That's good on their part. If they can blow up 2 of our green sources next turn, we are in deep crap. Deep crap. If they can kill our creature, we're also in pretty deep crap. We're also not doing super well for ourselves. So let's see what this is. Befoul? You can't befoul Blastoderm. So they could befoul a green source. Which is, actually pretty fine. They're going to befoul a black source, so we can't flash back that Chainer's Edict. Okay. It's like Ritual LD. And no, me neither. Me neither. Yeah, Ritual blow up our Swamp. No, Ritual Thorn. Sure. Pretty good blocker for old Blasty Daddy here. Essentially on-board removal. What do we got? Swamp. I guess we go to combat and attack. Force them to keep trading their board away at least. If they're very against us becoming the Monarch. by all appearances. Yep. There goes Blastoderm, which we were going to lose pretty shortly anyway, so not the biggest loss. Play out our last Blastoderm, and it's your turn. That's kind of the thing about it. Oh yeah, no worries. Pick it up. Glad to have you, Sass. It's been a long time. Not really. I guess it's been like a week. Yeah, like they might just find all Sign-in Bloods and like rituals and stuff and land destruction spells. In which case, like, we're not even in really bad shape. Well, there might be a way we can win next turn. There are draws. There kind of isn't, but... Ah, more Gurmag anglers. That's no fun. That's no fun at all. And blow up a green source. Yep. So they have to trade or chump next turn. Which I'm kind of okay with. Considering them being at such a low life total puts them... I might as well play this first. So we'll Wayfinder. This might change their opinion on whether they want to trade or chump. We find Jungle Hollow, play Jungle Hollow, gain a life. Never flashing back this Chainer's Edict. So we're going to force them to trade or chump here. And all we'll have on board is our pesky little Wayfinder. Hello, Andrea makes games? I do this every time. Is it Andrea or Andrea? There's probably no real way for you to clarify. But either way, welcome back. Good to see you again. I feel like we played this game before. Where I mistake your name. Oh, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have played out my non-basic. Might give him an out. We'll take 3. Yep. How many Gurmanglers do we even have left in our deck? Like... Andrea? See what I mean? This is a complicated... Even then, like, do you know, like, you could do the accent. But nobody knows. We're just playing this out because I love playing against mono black land destruction, but we're 90 to 100% dead. More or less on board. Future Leech doesn't really do a whole lot. I guess we can like double block one of their Gurmag anglers in some universe. Cast it next turn. Then we die. I don't know. I think I said it both ways again. Andrea? I only said it the one way that time. Nobody knows IPA. Oh, like the pronunciation? I think Tass does. Tass always links these like Wikipedia posts with pronunciations of things because there's a word that I allegedly pronounce wrong all the time. It's a heated debate in chat, so I won't mention what word it is. But Tass has on occasion linked a... and we're dead. Wait a minute. Ooh, do they not have 7? Yeah, we would have been dead. Well, I don't know. Let's play one more turn. Okay, we got it. We got there. Okay, sweet. Welcome. Thorn. Yep. And this is probably it. There's no auto win button in our deck. As is the nature. Okay, here we go. For Lynx. For Lynx, who is no longer with us, we will we will seppuku. On their upkeep. On their upkeep. No, don't say the word. Then we have to do the thing. Oh, I can't. Why can't I? This is nonsense. I can't activate Putrid Leech. I can't. I'm not going to say the word. I'm not going to say the word. Everybody gets all set that I'm pronouncing it wrong and stuff. See what I mean? See what I mean? Matt's just trying to have an easy night here. He wasn't going to get worked up about anything. Deadly. Friggin' Sneep. Draw land. Make money. All day. Okay. Nah. It'll find us stuff. It'll find us stuff. I'm good enough with this. Grizzly Salvage will also find us stuff, and in shorter order than Vessel of Nascency, so... Guys, we're playing against YOLO Swag 69. Yes, I have seen Enchantment Control. That deck is wild, dude. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're gonna quiet disrepair your own thing and gain a bunch of life? That's not fair. That's unreasonable. We can take off this upkeep stop because we're not trying to kill ourselves anymore. Contrary to popular belief. All right, so we'll play a land, and we are going to Grizzly Salvage at end of turn. Yeah, Methonical's deadly. Like, they are the ambassador of the brews. I'm certainly doing my best to ambassadorize the brews, but they might be doing a better job. All right, guys, we might have done it. Nice, sweet. So how's it been so far? Have you tried it out? Violent dabs. I think Mog War Marshal is dabbing. Oh no, that's a sword. That's a sword. Mog War Marshal would be dabbing were it able to, I believe. There is a universe where Mog War Marshal is dabbing hard. Well, here's Frenzied Goblin. Here's a new one. One really upset goblin versus one really big Gurmy boy. Who would win? So we bend a bunch of Chainer's Edicts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can just cast Gurmag Angler without getting rid of any of these edicts that could potentially be good. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. You haven't got the abundant growths yet. Are they hard to find? Have you ever tried Red Green Tribal? Now, I believe Red Green was a show from Canada from the past times, from the olden days. So no. I mean, it was a great show. Shaw Marshall? Shaw Marshall? Shaw. This is bad. Who would win? 3 smelly goblins versus 1 angler. Oh my god, we're stuck in preview mode. No. No, how do I end this? How do I... How do I... I just didn't block. Guys? Rotating meat on a skewer in bread marshal. Guys, I can't continue like this. This is a completely, it's not gonna punt me. You can absolutely punt me. They might have had a lightning bolt. Maybe there's, oh great, I can't cast spells now. Okay, no, we're good. Okay. Everything is fine. Do we Grizzly Salvage here? It'll get us a land. We're probably even, if we don't hit another big beater, then we're probably even more interested in a land. So I guess we go digging with Grizzly Salvage. Arena does look really cool. Absolutely. We can't cast Hooting Mandrills here. I might take untapped land so that I can also commune with the gods. But I could just play a tapped land, I suppose, this turn, and then we can go communing for other big stuff. We really just got to get something else down in the way of these relentless goblins. So hitting more land drops is good too, because it gets us closer to flashing back these Chainer's Edicts, which might be okay. But I'll grab the Hooting Mandrills. Play a land. And I don't know if they made it not be able to block. That's why I think I might have punted. We're not scared of the Gobbos. We live this way. So they're probably 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially a bunch. So I'm not going to swing in. So my timely jests were actually that. I didn't know if you were making it about the... I should cautiously do that. I don't know that I should be all about that, zooming into my land's life. Are they still trying to next level us? Maybe they did do that. Does it show up in blue on this? Yeah, okay, so we would have been allowed to block last turn. Would have been a considerably better turn for us. All right, so let's commune with the Diaz and see what happens. hitting another blocker would be good. So Putrid Leech is fine here. I'm going to take Putrid Leech, cast Putrid Leech. I wonder if I start attacking. I don't know if I'm in that universe yet. Putrid Leech is a good blocker. You block 2 other things next turn. No, I don't think I start. I don't think we're quite there yet. 2, 3, or as many as I need. Nausea in the board? Yes. Yeah, there are, we do have answers for X1s in the board. And it looks like they've kind of skimped on the ways to deal with X1s. Anyone know the Minotaur promo will be released on MTGO? No, I don't actually know that. I think I want to get precisely 1 more creature on board before I start letting them swing with their team. So I'm going to pass. Our board looks pretty okay here. Kind of sucks that Putrid Leech, we'd have to pay life to trade it up with stuff. But so long as they'll be taking more damage. Minotaur promo. Oh, the buy a box promo? Yeah, I don't know. That is a really good question. Poor Seth, poor Saffron Olive. He had a janky budget deck built around it. Didn't get the opportunity. I imagine we're gonna see Germ Daddy get frenzied here. Yeah. All right. Sure. I'm gonna put Hooting Mandrills in front of this. And yep. Okay. If they only got released in chests, I could see that as well. So let's go like this. Let's try to take out the 2 best threats we can while maintaining our life total. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're dead to 2 bolts. Pretty bad shape if they got 2 bolts. So I think actually we'll do this and do this. And that way we're not dead to 2 bolts. 1, 2, 3, down. Oh, we are dead to 2 bolts still. So we were dead to 2 bolts either way. But at the very least, not attacking was the correct play there. Is their hand precisely 2 lightning bolts? Frenzy Goblin was really good. Or 1 Reckless Charge. Yeah, you're right. I think it's sorcery, though, isn't it? They're going to bolt Putrid Leech. Okay, well, I feel like they would have just bolted us. So we'll pump Putrid Leech. And it'll still die. They've done 2. And what do you have? What's your follow-up? It's got to be pretty good. If we can run creatures here, then we might be able to stabilize. That's pretty good. All right, so let's deadweight your Denizen. I mean, we're dead to a lightning bolt. Yeah, actually. Maybe that wasn't great, but do we Vessel here? This might find us another deadweight. Let's Vessel. I guess this could also find us another deadweight. Whoops. And we'll do this. We were super dead. Oh my goodness. That was a pretty huge punt. And get untapped land, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're on our way to Chainer's Edict, but we can't do it next turn anyway. It might just be better to cast a Werebear next turn. So, so we'll do that. We can't afford to not attack. I did have to kill the dude. You are correct. How long can we go like this? Like they have haste creatures. I just can't risk an attack. Which kind of sucks. We're almost turning the corner against this lightning bolt deck. Okay, Goblin Cohort, not too bad. No Nimble Mongoose. That was suggested in the YouTube comments though, and I think that's a pretty good call actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get a Werebear down. It's a 3/3. Just gotta fade lightning bolts for roughly 200 years. And let's commune with the gods. So it's a 4/4. Sweet. Oh, that shaky clicking. Let's just get a Gurmag Angler. It gets us closer to being able to kill them in short order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll pass. Yeah, and I guess we're running we are running a Shroud 3/3, and I'm not attacking due to haste creatures. Yeah, I guess so. No, they have haste creatures, so if they're not sandbagging anything anymore. So I'm kind of feeling like we're in a position where we can start attacking. We're just dead to lightning bolt anyway. So I'm down with attacking with a single fish. And I'd love going up a life here. That's actually a pretty big game. Thank you, Jungle Hollow, for all the wonderful things you do. Okay, well that's good, because that would have eaten the first edict. We have to tap a blocker if we're gonna do that, though. Nah, I guess it's all the same math-wise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Edict you. And pass the turn. And they can make one of our creatures not block. We're taking 3 here. If they have a haste creature, we're dead. I attacked with a fish. Dang it! And they top decked a haste creature. Oh. YOLO swag. Swagging it out. Super good. Okay, cartouches. Doomblade. Shrivels. So we can take out Chainer's Edicts. Pretty bad. We definitely weren't winning sitting back on dudes. You're right. You are 100% correct about that part. I think we take out... What do we take out? Putrid Leeches, probably? Because we have to pay life to trade with a lot of their creatures. So we'll take out the Putrid Leeches and we'll say, let's do it. 5/5s are good at blocking. Hey, Ozzy, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. I haven't done well with this deck in general, so I don't... I guess we're going to find out, because we're going to try to play one early and see... We're going to play a couple early, and we'll see just how good they are. I'm glad you asked. Yeah, it's them. That's the YOLO Swag 69. We are definitely going to find out how good Blastoderms are. Cast a Werebear, pass the turn. They're going to play a Foundry Street Denizen and get him for 2. Yep, you may. Find a Doomblade. But I think we're just going to Blastoderm. And next turn, maybe they'll play some kind of critical creature. Who knows? Who knows, Gangaroonios? Listen to my hip language. It's just like my opponent here with their incredibly catchy username. And their incredibly catchy top decks. Alright, let's see what they want to do. Creature, bolt or blast. They can't bolt Blastoderm. So we're not worried about that. Well, we shut them down cold. We can play another Blastoderm and get in. Seems pretty okay to me. We are the beatdown now. Look at me. We are the beatdown now. Mog, War Marshal. Yep. Pumping up the Foundry Street a couple times. Going wide. What do they do? Like block with everything here? So let's go to combat. Maybe they block with everything. And we blow them out with a Doomblade. Let's find out. No, just gonna block with a Mog War Marshal. Okay, sure. Fine enough with that, I guess. Let's play another 5/5. Pass. Attacking with numerous 5/5s. Is it good? 2 5/5s versus a bunch of goblin guys. Let's find out. That's what we're here to test. And Goblin Slider, yep. Sure. Fading, fading. Fade away. We are just going to keep playing 5/5s. That is the plan. Tackle with a couple 5/5s. See how our opponent decides to block. If at all. I kind of want to hold up Doomblade here. Because Slider poses an interesting question, but let's just keep slamming 5/5s. This is truly it. This is it. This is where we're going to find out. Oh, you should have bolted that bear ages ago. 100 years ago. Hasty guy. Still not big enough to get through our 5/5. I also might just take this. Getting in? No, no getting in. Okay, we'll lose one of our Blastoderms. That kind of sucks. Oh no, we don't lose it yet. Okay. Well... Bolt the bear? They bolted the bear. Is that where we are now? Are we bolting bears instead of birds? So I'm definitely giving one of these lifelink. And I'm probably going to target Foundry Street Denizen. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, they have Shroud. Correct. Okay. So let's go to attacks. Swing with 3 5/5s. So it's next turn that we lose him. Yeah, okay. Are we bearing bolts? Our opponent comes bearing the bolts. Indubitably. Oh, are we gonna need to blow him out with a friggin' Doomblade? This is gonna be so good. Alright, now sack your dudes, pump your boys. Yeah, I have been exercising my right to arm bears. Indeed. So let's Doomblade this guy. Kind of sucks because we don't have any other plays this turn, I guess, but we do get in for 5, and their board looks a lot worse. Like a lot worse. Now we just have to find something to pop this cartouche on, which we should be able to do with all these communes. Sweet board wipe, huh? Mog, War Marshal, couple blockers. Not the worst thing. Oh, well, we'll just keep casting 5/5s, I guess. Attack. No, we can't cast it yet. That's a bummer. I'm gonna chump. Still get a goblin out of the deal. It would be, right? Maybe like play it in a deck where you get... We found all our lands. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like Cartouche on Gurmangler is just like GG's. Commune and a fish, yeah. Emperor Crocodile. 3G, when you control no other creatures, sacrifice Emperor Crocodile. That's interesting. That is certainly interesting. But given that I've been playing Cavern Harpy, which has effectively the same clause for worse stats, I'd think about it. I'd try it at least once. As you know, I will try exactly anything at least once. A couple of Blastoderms we can't cast. Okay, so let's Cartouche up Angler and try to -1/-1 this Mog Raider. So at least it will die at the end of the turn, next turn. And then we're going to swing with both our guys. I don't know, maybe they just let it go. The block bolt method is no longer available to them. Okay, go to combat. Get in. Can we pull at least a 4-1 out of this? No, Sultai Scavenger. Who was it? Somebody was in the chat hanging out earlier talking about Sultai Scavenger, which does seem like a great inclusion in this deck. Maybe even over Blastoderm, but I don't know. Blastoderm's going okay. Yeah. Oh, sweet. They showed us their hand. Hasty Boy, Worldling Outburst, Slitter, Gobbo Caves. Oh. Okay. Well, Shrivels are a lot worse against Goblin Caves, so I think we should go down the Shrivels. Yeah, Last Nation JC. So the Shrivels are going to be very bad, as we've seen. What should we? Let's just bring our blockers back in. It does, though, yeah. As you just saw. So we tested it out, and we did win the game. We're doing okay now, gang. We're far away from the O10 dream. This is so bad. I guess we can get black mana and remove their creatures for a minute, but we have a cartouche. Guys, this is tough. We're on 14 minutes, so we got to think fast, but I don't think you want too many Delve creatures in the same deck, though. Nimble Mongoose wouldn't be bad, but Delve and Threshold don't mix too well. Correct. What do you guys think about this hand? I'm not super high on it. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Keep them all. Keep them all. What do you guys think? I kind of want to try it. It looks bad. Jared writes on them all. We can remove stuff with 2 dead weights. All right, I got 2 moles. I got 2 moles on it. All right, team. Break. Playing Goblins. Okay, what about the 6? What do y'all think about the 6? This is much worse, right? Scry into a land and get there. Ugh. I sometimes play a pretty bad version of Delve / Threshold. Delirium? Keep the 6. He was in water. With the belief. Thank you, Zerlik. Thank you. Pray the Scry. Well, we bottomed the Scry. Unless I glitched out. But, alright, let's find some lands. Let's make this happen. Okay. Doesn't really matter. Well, Jungle Hollow, we want to hit lands, so the extra thinning could end up being relevant. Tass is a kitty cat. There's Frenzy Goblin. We're going to try to take that out with a cartouche, ideally. 2 Frenzy Goblins, pretty good against a board of our creatures, but cartouche on a Werebear even seems kind of okay. So let's pass. I'm not going to sack this main phase. I've learned. I have learned, gang. Always lucky. Always lucky. That was pretty good, honestly. I'll take my luck beats for that. Yep. Watch this, like Rite of Flame. Shatter, or whatever, the new Pillage. Imagine. It was a Kappa Keep and AKA the Keep hand. That's true, though. Maybe taking the Shrivel out was a little ambitious. They showed us the Goblin Caves. I was trying to prove a point. Okay. So we play a blocker here, probably a blocker we don't care about chumping with. And if we hit another land... Yeah, let's Satyr Wayfinder. I guess it doesn't matter. They're gonna frenzy it. Read what again? Goblin caves? Oh, Kappa Keepo? It was Kappa and Keep, aka Keep the Hand. Oh, Keepo. Oh, okay. So I'm not super up on my my Twitch emotes, as you can see. Oh, some good stuff binned. Nothing binned, nothing wagered, I guess. Autocorrect killed my comment. Rip. Ripperonis. Is our opponent leading up the lightning bolt here? This really does look like a great hand to, or this does look like a good draw to shrivel into. What do we bring back in? Putrid leeches. So if we see a putrid leech and we could have shriveled, then we have done wrong. We've certainly done wrong. I'm willing to believe that we've done wrong already, but this is still very, very bad. Very, very bad. So there's Wayfinder. If they have the caves, I got God. So that's what this is, game 3. So that's the game we're playing right now. So we will Cartouche, absolutely use its ability. It's not going to be able to block anyway, so like, why don't I just get in and try to gain some life? I guess they trade it. And we lose the ability for potential life gain later in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are we just dead? Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, well, we don't know what this is. If I draw Putrid Leech, I am gonna tilt out. Very, very swiftly. And deep into the night. Oh, yeah, it targeted itself. Okay, sure. 5 cards in the bin. We can go up as high as 6 cards in the bin. I guess we could try to Grizzly Salvage for untapped land, but then we're not. They have to draw into a dude, otherwise the other ones can't attack. Correct. I guess we could try to commune with the gods for a dead weight so they can actually block and gain some life. That doesn't seem very good either. Let's Satyr Wayfinder, try to find a land, and then we might be able to play another blocker this turn. Land. Good. Good. Cards we don't care about, not Putrid Leeches. Wonderful. Okay, and now we have Threshold on our Werebear. So we found the line. We did it. Somewhat. So at the very least, they don't have great attacks, but they do have a lot of ways to win this game, so we'll pass. I think we might just be dead. But let's see. Ugh. Hasty guy? Hasty guy? No. Well, I mean, I want them to at least have to make it not block. But you're probably correct. Gaining the 2 life there, definitely worth it. Would it have saved us? Would have, right? Dead. Just dead. 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, way dead. All right. Cool. Dead by more than 2? Dead by exactly 2. Well, congratulations, YOLO Swag. Take your victory and ride into the night among the legends where you belong. Look at this record team. Flipper indeed. Wicked openers. Okay, yep, good enough. Digging for some more lands on turn 2 feels all right. Let's keep Scry. This, I prefer to dig with this, if at all possible. So let's put this on top. And we'll go Vessel of Nascency and pass the turn. No, I have Slay the Spire installed on my computer, and every time... I should just do it some Saturday, like some Saturday morning when I'm not doing anything. Which is probably not going to be a Saturday soon because I still have to record a video thanking all of my subscribers, which is amazing. Is this gonna... do we have to do this again? Do we have to run it back? Because I still want to do that. Like, I have a ton of YouTube subscribers, and I haven't, like, well, not a ton, but in comparatively, like to me, I have a lot. And I would love to thank them for what they're doing to support me, and I haven't had the opportunity because I'm just so gosh dang busy. Seder Wayfinder, mill all of our threats. Just one personalized video thanking just you. I mean, that could fly. I can't, Taz. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I would love to. Your support does mean a ton, and I know you've been asking for a long time. But I have to go pick someone up after this, so I can't. And like probably gonna be late anyway. It's honestly not a very unreasonable request. I've heard more unreasonable requests. This is mono black land destruction. We're playing against destruction. Okay, let's sack Vessel. This could inform what our play is. I do want to play that game though. It looks really great. I think I might have missed the opportunity for it to be like a popular streaming game, but it doesn't really detract from my willingness to play the game in any way. Now, before we go doing any crazy things like that, let's attack. And we're gonna cast 5/5s for the next 2 turns. And hopefully that's enough. I wonder if they have a Chainer's Edict. Doesn't really matter. Still have 5/5s. Let's do it like this. Last turn. Slay the Spire. It does look really sweet. And I do want to play that game. I own it. I do. It belongs to me. Somewhere out there. In the distant future. No. Actually, it already does. In the not so distant future. Let's blast those derms. Can't Doomblade this opponent. Can't Doomblade. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. Can't Doomblade. Da-na-na-na. Ba-na. I appreciate my opponent's choice of lands. Sure. Cool. Fades away. Meets faster than light. That sounds sweet. Okay, we don't want to draw any more lands, so we're going to Terramorphic Expanse. Hopefully our opponent just gets like maximum punishment for trying to Oubliette there. Oh, I haven't tried Dominion yet either. And that has been a highly suggested try as well. I have a lot of board game friends. We got to try out Dominion. No, I don't, but it has been recommended on occasions. Sweet, we get to shuffle away one of our lands? No doubt. Let's shuffle away this. Oh, it's on Steam. Okay. We're going to have to brain our opponent for 5 again, which is kind of nice. And we're going to make sure this is off the board when Gary comes down. I don't know if they just ran this out for the devotion or not, but I have reason to believe that was not the reason. Okay, whatever. I don't think it really matters what colors of mana we have here. Germ Daddy is a welcome draw. Okay, so play a land. I think we're going to go ahead and edict them. And get in for 5. Play a 5-drop. Play a 7-drop. And continue administering beats. Hopefully sufficient enough beats that our opponent can't keep up with it. And we're just going to draw a land next turn, flashback Chainer's Edict on the only blocker they play, which isn't a Gray Merchant, and life will be good. You're up. And you're dead next turn if you do nothing. I'm under the impression that things will be done, but Kumbaj Witches isn't going to do it. All the way, anyway. Pestilence certainly isn't going to do it. This is mono black Pestilence? Cool. Untap land. Do it. Do it, deck. That's fine. Get in. They have to chump. We fused card games and roguelikes together to make the best single-player deck builder we could. Craft a unique deck, encounter bizarre creatures, discover relics, immense power, and slay the Spire. That actually does sound really, really sweet. Yeah, so our opponent's gotta have a few things here. Classic MBC? Did Classic MBC play all this stuff? They can't Flashback Chainer's Edict and still win. They can't Thorn and still win. Oh, it just sometimes it has Pestilence main board? I don't know what they're trying to draw to here. Mono Black Fog. Have you guys heard about that game Richard Garfield's developing? It sounds so good. So good. All right, let's go to combat and hope they don't have it. Artifact. It looks really sweet. Looks really, really sweet. So they removal spell for Hooting Mandrills, and then they block. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's clever. Clever opponent. And they have to block here. Pestilence offline for the remainder of the match, as far as I can tell. Unless they can, like, chain Garys or something. Oh, they're just going to kill this and go to 1? Yeah, alright. Lose your Pestilence. No O10 tonight. Yeah, unfortunately not. I guess we don't get to live the O10 dream, Mechubus. One of fun of. Yeah, Artifact. Sorry. So Artifact is a game by Richard Garfield. And honestly, this isn't like a terrible position for them. Like for how far ahead I felt earlier. Actually, we haven't drawn a buttload of spells, but anyway, it's a game that Richard Garfield, creator of Magic the Gathering, is developing with Steam. And it actually seems really sweet. Like all of the stuff about it seems really great. You know, they get tired of playing against elves. Well, this isn't awful. There's Gary. Gonna gain him some life. They're not in rough shape. They're not in the worst shape. They're gonna play a bunch of stuff out. They're at 4. Like they have better ways to. They're certainly recovering from this a lot better than we can. I guess Vessel is like a fine draw. So let's play fast. Let's do this. Blastoderm. That's acceptable. Bin a bunch of card selection. I'm gonna try to kill him with Blastoderm, I guess. Oh, they have Flashback Chainer's Edict now, right? Yep. Blastoderm down. Blastoderm and Chainer's Edict down. Yep. They're gonna get in with the Mono Black Beats. Mono Black Beat Stick coming in, drawing cards. I'm not very high on this deck, guys. We're in a pretty commanding position there. I've been a big fan of Reach lately. Not like the like having the ability to deal damage to your opponent through some shenanigans like this. Because like Tron beat me while they were at 1 life twice last Tuesday. And that is so tough. Yup. Yeah, we're just straight dead here. Oh, beats are red. Just went 2-1 with Pestilence. All 3 losses were due to Dimir Alchemy. Preordain or Augur has got to go. Playing them together is just so absurd. It's pretty good, but I don't know, man. I think like those decks are beatable. Like they, you know, it doesn't feel like we've shifted yet. Like I think we got to have a shift. I really do. I feel like we got to give it a little bit of time. I guess Augur has been around for a very long time, but I think we got to give it a minute and shift into like those stompy decks that beat down Delver really well, and you know, stuff like that. I want to scoop it up so bad. Just like, but maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. We did give the meta a ton of time to adjust to Augur or Preordain. They're two really good spells. Yeah. Flipper got it. So what comes in here? Definitely not Doomblade. I don't even feel like Duress is that good. Probably Spell Bombs for their Chainer's Edicts. The rest of our removal doesn't do any better. Like, Deadweight doesn't really do a very good job. Kill Zealots. I guess we could take out all of our Deadweights for Duresses. Then our Chainer's Edicts are really bad. We can't take out any creatures. It is really efficient. Oh my goodness, Pony Puddle. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the host. You're the best, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I hope your stream went really well. We're down to the wire here. We are straight down to the wire against Mono Black Control. Just trying to get that win. Thank you so much for the host, Pony Puddle. That's huge. Deadweight takes care of Spectre. I haven't, yeah, but there's no, we didn't see any Liliana Spectre. It doesn't feel like they're super heavy on the discard. Welcome, Pony Puddle. Thanks again. Thanks again. Seriously. Seriously great. Yeah, our edicts are way worse if we don't have our deadweights here, and I don't know what I would cut otherwise. This is Green Black Delve, which 5-0'd recently. We're currently 0-4 with it, 2-8, 0-4. And I've been playing it a ton, and I couldn't really believe that it 5-0'd, so I wanted to see what it was all about. I wanted to see how they 5-0'd. I wanted to see what this deck felt like in my hands, which generally means a little bit worse, you know, overall. But we're trying it out. I'm trying to figure out what I'm sideboarding. So I took out some deadweights for some Nihil Spell Bombs and some further deadweights for Duresses. I think Duress might be a trap. Duress is probably a trap. So I'm going to leave in 2 deadweights. Light touch here. Just a little baby touch. And we'll keep. I mean, we'll play. So let's mulligan to 6 because there's no lands in this hand. Let's mulligan again because there's even essentially fewer lands in this hand. Okay, sweet. We have lands. We have ways to find lands. This is also a fine card to do some digging and ramp into this Hooting Mandrills, but they do have a lot of answers for them. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I feel so. I've been having a night with this. I feel like it's just like the meta is insane. Like He Was in Water was saying, there's efficient 2-for-1s all over the place. Affinity can run out infinite like 4/4s by the time this deck gets up and running. I think we're gonna run out Wayfinder. We do need to hit our land drops. We would like it to eat a Chainer's Edict if we can give them a second and not cast one. If they do cast one to kill this, then it served its purpose anyway. So let's see if we can't find a land off this Satyr Wayfinder. And thank you again. Thank you so much for the host. Okay, so we didn't find anything, and we milled a bunch of threats. Would have loved an untapped land there. That would have been pretty rad. Okay. Satyr Wayfinder, not exactly the most efficient 2-for-1 like Augur and Preordain. It's cool too. Like you might be right. Maybe it is time for it to go because that's me right now. Why are you doing this, Mono? Because I play bad decks and bad things happen to me. But it had Tron lands and Exhume. Well, that sounds really cool. How you doing, Hellutech? Lots of wins with Fairy Tribe today, or just straight Tribe, I think, right? You're on the Tribe team. I saw you in those YouTube comments. I saw you popping up. That LSV video. Ooh, opponent. You thought you had the next level plays, but this whole time, we had Zombie Fish. Doesn't die to Doomblade right now. Doesn't die to Edict. Man, last night was bananas, guys. Like Mono Black Land Destruction, I'm telling you, it's the new meta deck. It's coming up. It's coming up in the rankings in the world. I was even talking about how I just may give it all up, you know? I may leave streaming forever to just play and grind leagues with mono black land destruction till the end of my days. Yuck. Okay. Sticking my stinky feet wherever I can, even in LSV's videos. Man, your feet stink too? Maybe it's like a genetic condition. Or maybe Pauper streamers just have smelly feet. Like, you know, I'm rocking some pretty... Oh, there's all the lands we were looking for. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Get in there for one. This is how you beat mono black. You attack them with a Satyr Wayfinder for the rest of your life. Check out mentally. I'm sorry, Kyle. It was all I could do. It was all I could do but talk about the stinky feet. The big benefit is you guys don't have to worry about the stinky feet. That's why streaming is so great. It's a way to bring together people with smelly appendages, and you never have to share a room together. Now we can be this wonderful smelly community, and we never have to smell each other. It's a blessing. It's a blessing for people that are smelly everywhere. Huh, nice graveyard we had there last turn, huh? Yeah. Was it because I was talking about smelly things, or was it the phrase smelly appendages? It's just tell me to stop and I will. Maybe I'll think about it. Stress? No, I needed that big zombie boy. I needed him to win with this funny looking tongue thing. It sounds like GPs a few years ago. I think it's fairly standard practice now to bathe, you know, like it just is. I'm gonna kill this Dust Legion. This old Dusky guy. He does. Wayfinder does find his match. That wasn't killing a Kuumbash Witches. That might have killed the Chittering Rats. We get this Terramorphic Expanse and a 5/5 in hand. So if our opponent wants to spend their next turn like edicting and Chittering and stuff like that. Oh, actually Chittering Rats is pretty bad. So guys, if they cast a Chittering Rats, remind me to sack this Terramorphic Expanse so I don't get blown out. No! Is that what they call Dirty South? I thought it had to do with the variety of fried chicken dredges I could find there. You know, there's paprika in there and stuff. So, ooh, opponent on a Risky Thorn. Well then, looks like we have to find a removal spell for this Thorn of the Black Rose. It's 2011, 2012, 2011 and 2014 years of soap shortage in the USA. You'd be surprised, but people bathe infrequently for lesser reasons. Satyr Wayfinder, that's exactly what I needed. Only go to Northeast GPs. I know exactly what exists in the Northeast of the US. We don't have any threats left in our deck. We're just dead. Yuck. Oh god, I have not had a fun experience playing this deck, guys. I mean, it's hard to it's hard to top mono black land destruction. It's definitely the BO. You haven't experienced the South until you walk into a room, sports / arena event, and you can taste this. I am very fortunate for my having not eaten very much today, aside from that enormous amount of curry I had earlier. Yeah. Play it out, opponent. You are now effectively a backdrop for this wonderful discussion we have about being so smelly. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. That's right. Some people pay extra for that. But that's the thing too, though. Yeah, I think it does too. I really think it does. Like you don't 5-0 off not getting a nut with this. Early Gurmag Anglers are how we did win the games that we won. I do have to play that back, and that makes sense to me. It makes sense that you can get an early Gurmag Angler and just go all the way to church with it, but Yeah, it must somehow. Somebody 5-0 with this deck. I don't feel like that was the case with me. Maybe we ran into some bad matchups or something. Because the thing is that like, and a terrible 80% of the rest of your draws. You can't. Yeah, that's right. So I don't know. Maybe the pilot was really good. I kind of gave up trying to play incredibly tactically after match 1 because I didn't get paid off for it, I guess, which is not, it's not like a good way to be about the game. You're supposed to be on your game the whole game. That's why it's a challenging game. You can't just like insult it that way. But I kind of gave it up so that I could just try to have a good time or whatever. And I did. I didn't even really get paid off for trying to play tactfully. You know. I don't know. I'm gonna do the write-up and I'm gonna try to be gentle about it because I think people love this deck, and obviously some people are putting up results with it. Better players than I am, surely. So yeah, there's got to be something to it. Oh, sick. Sick. Future Leech Gang. Leechy gang, leechy gang, leechy gang, leechy gang. Do you guys ever pop your head out into pop culture sometimes? Hear songs like that? You ever hear that Gucci Gang song? Those friggin' kids and their Gucci gangs. I hate that guy's hair too. Yeah, I said it. Fight me, Lil, whatever your name is. Oh no, we're gonna get cut. We're gonna get cut. Thank you very much for the follow, Pop MTG. I sincerely hope it's a reference to subscribing to popular MTG culture and not strictly any other ones. I don't know. Why not play it out, huh? No, I don't dip my head out very often into the popular culture, but when I do, it's a frightening time. As a matter of fact, oh, true, yeah, I guess people, like, given that it is popular, a lot of people. Is He Was in Water still here? Are you still there? Are you still there? We have found it. We have done it. We've come full circle tonight. We have played the deck. We've discussed the issues, and we have been unmade. There you go. That's all the evidence you ever needed. Yeah, I dig the I dig modified versions of popular songs very often. I mean, sometimes I guess certain remixes. And I guess I'm just taking a very long-winded way around to say that I do enjoy electronic music when given the opportunity to listen to it. Let's just hang on. Let's just waste more of our opponent's time while I talk to you guys. We're dead. Good games. Well played, opponent. Good night, Kirk. And that's the end of the league. That's the end of it. That's it. We are 2-9 with ye old deck. Golgari Delve. So that's it.